What's up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video. And yes, our boy DSP and his daily rap, he went ahead and continued his salty rant over what happened on his multiverse stream, where someone made a wager telling him that if he won one match in 1v1, he would tip him $100. And of course, the guy tipped him. So Phil was very upset. He was not happy. He went on and started banning people. He banned the dude from ever tipping again, and he was just upset. On top of that, he didn't hit the $100 tip goal, so he didn't get a chance to wear his stupid hat. So it just added more insult to injury pimps. You know, Phil needs that money. He wants that money. And if someone tells him they're gonna give him money and they don't, oh my lord, the Hulk. Phil turns into the Hulk and he rages. So our boy Phil was still salty and decided to just continue ranting and raving on his daily rap. Let's get into the video.
Alrighty, good evening everyone and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was my final consecutive streaming day of this week, on Wednesday the 31st of August 2022, incidentally also the final day of the month. So what do we do today? Well, on the pre-stream podcast, also now known as the Level 1 podcast, yes, I still keep calling it the pre-stream podcast after all this time, had a few things to discuss. First of all, some game studio buyouts and acquisitions, and also a large segment to talk about The Last of Us 1 re-release, which is what I'm calling it, not part 1, because that's too confusing, and the early review scores that came out today for it, the fact that most of the main...
What's too confusing about the name, Phil? Only you would get confused over a stupid name. It's on the box, so it doesn't take much effort to learn the name.
Media are actually completely ignoring the major piece of criticism about the game, but some really positive things about the game as well. So there was a lot of discussion about that on today's podcast. If you don't care, probably could skip most of the podcast, but for those interested, giant segment, lots of intelligent discussion around it, and my opinions, okay? First stream today was what you voted for overnight, Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed, the second session. I just played it yesterday as a new release, and I played it again today on the late stream, on the early stream. And here's what I can say. Gameplay-wise, the game gets better. The more you play it, you unlock better weapons, or more interesting weapons. It's kind of like Ratchet and Clank, where you get your standard machine gun, electric chain lightning gun, grenade launcher, specialty gun like meteors coming down, stuff like that. And the more you play, the more you get and unlock during the course of the story. That's nice, and it adds to some variety of gameplay. There are some different enemies that start showing up, like enemies that are kind of like mutants, that you need to basically get the spores out of humans to save them, destroy the spores in the air after they're released from the humans. There's ninjas later on. So there's some variety in the gameplay, and there is variety in the locations. You know, we started off in San Francisco, then we went to London, and now we're in basically Japan, okay? Which is nice to get different locations, different art styles, different very generalized stereotypical dialogue that's kind of insulting at this point in 2022, but for 16 years ago, I guess it was okay, all right? But story still stinks. I mean, it didn't get any better today. The one thing that intrigued me today, there was an illusion that there's more aliens on the planet that are doing things and beating the humans. It's not just the main character, Crypto, but Crypto's not aware of that. So maybe there's going to be some underlying twist in the plot near the end of the game where you find out there's other aliens you have to fight against or something. I don't know. Outside of that, it's still over-sexualized humor. It's very cringeworthy. It's not very entertaining. I like the gameplay. I don't like the story. Okay?
Oh please, Phil, nobody is buying that. You're probably giggling like a little girl. And we understand that the female body upsets you, you know, watching it on screen and watching it in your video games. You have some weird problem with watching the female form on video games and on TV. I don't know what that's about. I'm not going to speculate here. But anyway, I have actually a separate video to talk about that, so let's just keep going here.
So, after today, 6 hours in, we're about to finish Japan. We're in the finale. There's 2 more maps after that, or cities, I guess you could call them. So, each city is taking anywhere from 2 to 2.5 hours to beat. I predict at most 2 more streams to beat Destroy All Humans 2. People who have estimated the length of the game are saying, yeah, it's about 9 to 12 hours, depending on how much content you put into it. So there you go. It's not a very lengthy game for $40. I don't know if it's really worth it, but anyway, I had a decent time with it. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it today. Support was really bad. I'm just gonna be honest. It was very, very slow. And basically, when we raised like $50. By the time I come back from my break, and then I played for 2 hours with like no contributions at all, it was like dead. People were barely even talking in the chat. It's obvious this game isn't very interesting.
It's obvious that you are not very interesting, Phil. I actually watched a few people play this game, some other streamers that I actually enjoy and are very entertaining. And they made the game fun. They made it interesting. They made some humorous observations. They were joking around. They were engaging their audience. And they made it fun. And they did very well with it, Phil. You seem to be the only person that has problems, getting contributions out of games, and I sometimes I think maybe you may need to look inward, Phil. You need to stop with all the it's a bad game. It's dude, how many times have you watched PewDiePie play a horrible game and just make it fun and interesting and crack jokes and engage with his audience, and he does very well. But you can't. You're the only streamer out there that depends on the game to carry the stream, and that's not how it works. You have to be entertaining, you have to be fun, you have to offer something to your fans. I mean, viewers can go and play the game themselves. Why would they come watch an old geezer like yourself? By the way, old Phil is back in this video. Why would they spend the time watching you play the game when they can play it themselves? They come for engagement, they come for chat, they come for some fun, and you don't offer any of that.
Sorry, it just isn't, like people voted for it and you say, oh gee, why did they vote for it? I don't know. I don't know if it was a troll element. I don't know if it was just people wanting to see it again and were hoping that it would be better, or maybe they thought it would annoy me because of the sexualized humor. I don't know. It's just not that good. It's okay. It's like, meh, middle of the road. Not great, not terrible. So, tonight's late stream was Multiverses. The only opportunity I got to play it this week, because it was such a busy week and a short week for me. I had a ton of fun. Want to know why? Because they released new timed characters in the game you can play as, and one of them was Velma. I've never played with her before, but I've seen other people use her, and she seemed pretty good. She's great in my opinion. She's almost purely ranged, but has some decent, not amazing, but decent up-close combos as well. Some interesting tricks. I like the character build. I actually feel she's one of the best characters in the game from the characters that I played with. I really like her. I was going on win streaks. I was kicking major ass with her. Then I changed to Iron Giant for a little bit because I had to get 2 wins with him to do one of the daily objectives. And then it was funny because some idiot tips me $1 and is like, oh, if you play 1v1 and you win, I'll tip you $100. I said, all right, watch this. I turned on 1v1. I won 2 straight. Went right back to the teams. No tip came in. I said, fuck you, and banned the guy. Fucking idiot. This is what people do. Oh, play 1v1, play 1v1. Multiverses is not designed to be 1v1.
If it wasn't designed to not be 1v1, it wouldn't be in the game. So, wrong there, Phil.
And it's not fun playing it 1v1.
It's not fun for you because you lose. I mean, you got lucky and you won 2 matches yesterday, but you typically lose because you were dependent on getting a good teammate to carry you.
It's the team up element, the assists, the support, the camaraderie of 2 people working together to win. That's where the actual entertainment value of the game comes. Yeah, they have a 1v1 in there just as an arbitrary mode, but it's not something that people are really playing. So the fact that idiots demand it is just as trolls. He'll play 1v1 and lose in rage. No, fuckface. I won twice, and then you didn't do what you said you were going to do because you're an asshole. Just like everyone knew no tip was coming through. So anyway, I digress. I went back to Velma, had more time.
Phil, you're only upset because you did not get the $100 tip. If you would have gotten the $100 tip, you would have been a peachy, happy person because you would have had those $100 to spend, on your favorite pastime. But because you didn't get the $100, it soured your mood, and you're ranting and raving, and you're foaming at the mouth.
And had a good fun, won a lot with her. So, out of all the characters I played Multiverses so far, I'd say Velma and Bugs Bunny are my favorites. Iron Giant and Batman are kind of tied for second, and those are my top 4. I've played with other characters, but those are the ones that I like the most right now. Maybe that'll change over time as I play with even more. Right now, those are my favorites, okay? So, that's the streaming week. Let's talk about what's going to happen. Tomorrow I'm off. I hope you guys have a good day away from the streams. If you end up, watching or catching up on the content here on DSP Gaming, I hope that you'll like the videos and leave comments, and I mean it. If you can, please do. It's an easy thing to do. It takes a second. Right now, my engagement is way down. My likes on videos are way, way, way down from what they were months ago. Even my comment, there's just some videos I can't even get a single comment on a video. That help. It would really help.
Stop. Let people post their comments. Let them post their comments and stop having to review every single comment. That's why your comments are so low on your videos. Why would anyone bother? It's like being one of your viewers is like having a part-time job, and no one wants to go to that effort, to help you out, Phil.
To bring people to the streams and to bring people to the on-demand videos. Right now, my on-demand videos are very low in views. Now, that's probably because there's no interesting games out to speak of that are like AAA caliber that are going to bring in anything but my core fan base, and I understand that. But at the very same time, yeah, anything helps. So if you could like the videos, leave comments, it'll help a lot, all right? When I come back on Friday, the main stream will be Saints Row 1 continuing on. It's going to be a lot of story development because last time around we beat a bunch of the side missions and unlocked, I think, like level 5 or 6 respect. So we'll be able to do like 5-6 story missions back to back. And then Friday Night Fights, Capcom Fighting Collection returning to its Friday night slot. That should be fun, old school fighting games. And then keep in mind, Saturday's the big marathon event, the Cowabunga Pizza Party. I'll be playing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga Collection all day long. All these different various kinds of games. Some are online co-op, some are offline, some are competitive. It's going to be fun to go down the history of Ninja Turtles video games in a marathon setting. Plus, pizza. I'm ordering pizza for the event. It'll be a really fun day. I hope you guys will join me all day long on Saturday. All right, and then I'm still here Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's a 6-day streaming week for me. Those 4 days will be normal gameplay streams of either Saints Row or Destroy All Humans 2 on the daytime stream, alternating between Bassmaster, Multiverses, and Midnight Fight Express on the night streams. Okay? Guys, thank you so very much. It was a great, short, but great streaming week. I will see you all after my day off on Friday. Please have a good, safe Thursday. Peace out. I'll see you then.
Alright, boys, that's the video. The salt is just overflowing from our boy Phil. And yeah, I'm pretty sure he contacted the FBI to see if he can find out who that anonymous person was that didn't give him $100 tip. He's salty about it. He's probably ranting and raving to Cat about it right now. Cat's probably crying downstairs. She's probably literally crying because Phil didn't get the $100 tip. So anyway, that's the video. Hope you guys liked it. Peace out.